Right. Another nice cool morning. I guess the mornings, well, I don't know. Hopefully the mornings will be cool here on out. Since we really are starting into fall. Yeah, I heard something too. Oh, I think it was Donnie. Come on. Come on. Bravo, come on. It's a leaf. Let's go. No. Hey, we're going to go to the choke collar. Now, come on. One day does not a pattern make. He was even sitting and whining in front of me to come out. I think his friend may be the reason why. I rushed a little bit and got out the door because I thought his bowels were the reason why. Well, I don't know. Which is more significant, bowel movement or Levin's? Yeah, I think probably Levin's. Nope, get over here. I was watching a podcast. They're over, leave that alone, the Chuck. They're over, it's a mother and daughter, I don't know if I've mentioned them or not, over in Kentucky, their podcast, knitting podcast, and they are just precious. It is Fruitful Hands, and their relationship is lovely. The work they do and their ideas are fantastic. Some really good tips. They're just fun. This morning, the one that I was watching, they were talking about the woolly worms, which those were not something I had ever seen until I moved to this region. Okay. And I'd never seen them before. I don't think they were native, indigenous to where I had lived before, central and southern states. And anyway, and they're also, they're called, their, I guess, real name is not woolly worm because they're actually a moth. I guess, is it a caterpillar when it's for a moth, or is caterpillar just butterflies? I don't know. But anyway, and the woolly worms are, the first time, it was my father-in-law, I believe, good location, good poop spot, that told me about them whenever I first moved up here, and I guess over here would be more accurate, from central states, and about them being weather predictors. And I was like, oh, okay, that's more hillbilly stuff that didn't know about that one. Bravo, quit pulling, honey. And at least half of my family is very country, very backwoods, hick. Anyway, nonetheless, never heard about the woolly worm weather predictors. Oh, dang, there's some kind of a... Come on, Bravo. No. Bravo, come on. Let's go. Oh my goodness. He's in a van. We may have to go to the choke collar because you are just a lunatic. I know, you're wanting to get to your friend. Gee whiz, you could pull a sled right now. But anyway, the more black, they're a tiger moth. It seems like elegant tiger moth, Virginia tiger moth, something. I can't remember what the name of it was now. Is their real name, but they're called woolly worms. I didn't even know there was a real name for, I knew there was, never bothered to look it up or anything. And so, depending on how much black there is in proportion to the orange color in the middle of their body, it's supposed to be a weather predictor. Well, I think he's busy right now, Bravo. Yeah, I think Donnie's busy. We'll check when we come back. Come on, we'll check when we come back. Over here. Bravo, over here. There you go. Come on, hey. And the more black there is in proportion, because they're black usually on the front and on their head and their tail, all right? And then orange in the middle. That's the tiger name. Hey. Come on. The more black there is, the more severe the winter season is supposed to be, as far as more severe and freezing and cold and snowfall, those sorts of things. And nope. There you go. But it was quite interesting because, from that first time that I heard about the woolly worms, I've watched it ever since, and I can't really say one way or the other how accurate it may have been, but hold on. Okay. Because I really haven't kept a record. But yeah, so far I haven't seen one this year. I don't think. Of course, eventually I just stopped really keeping up with it. Early on, I was fascinated. Gee whiz, 20 some odd years ago. And then I was gone a lot, so. You got something on your head now. Okay, let's go. So anyway, maybe this year I'll keep, since we're out having our walk every morning, and maybe I'll pay attention to spotting woolly worms and what their markings are. Compared to how the weather is. Okay, come on. Well, that, I think it's called, no, maybe it's Friday Shrug. It's either Friday Shrug or Sunday Shrug. Anyway, it's an Espèce Tricot free pattern on Ravelry. And, come on. Bravo, come on. Yeah, I think we've threatened the choke collar enough that it's time to go to the choke collar. I was never that patient with my son. Usually a warning and done. I was never one for the, I told you again. Yep, I told you again. No, I didn't do that. It was usually, okay, I'm giving you a reminder. And it's a reminder because you know what the rules are. then you blow it again, then whatever you expected is going to happen. Hold on. Didn't do the 1, 2, 3 business. Okay. Which is hilarious because I totally do it with my animals, which may explain why Bravo is not very well trained. What are you doing? Did the deer pass this way? So anyway, on the shrug, if I had focused on it, I could easily have finished it yesterday, but to me this kind of pattern is not really about being focused. It's net one, pearl one, rib the whole way. The only thing that changes are the colors. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how much. I think it's supposed to be 18 inches long. And I think I'm getting awfully close to that. Okay, let's go. But I went ahead and now quit. I'm trying to remember. I started a Jennifer Steinglass yoke sweater. I got I can't remember the name of it. It starts with the letter V, like Volkswagen. And but anyway, the cast-on uses a provisional cast-on that's different than provisional cast-ons I've done in the past. So yeah, that was a little. I had to go look up a technique, which doesn't happen a lot, but I'm dragging that pallet. But it's kind of interesting. You use a waste yarn and then do 3 rounds with the waste yarn before going to live stitches, which I can see where that would really work well as far as maintaining tension, instead of just the single provisional row. Having successive ones, because by the time you get to the 3rd round of 350 stitches, your tension should have evened out pretty well. You're not even going to jump up? Oh, you did jump up. You going to go say hi?
Where are you at? There he is. You're so happy to see me, aren't you? Yeah, you are. I told my wife about you, little guy. I did. Yeah, you see, I'm a good boy. I just a good boy. No, he ain't here. He's not here. John's not here. John's got a dog too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, his dog's a big baby. It's like a poodle looking thing, but it's not a poodle. It's got like a poodle hair.
Uh-huh.
He's about that tall. And they have to carry him everywhere they go. That dog is spoiled rotten. He treats that dog like a real kid. Picks him up, carries him to the car, carries him out the car. When he's outside, he carries him. I'm like, yo, man, you got to put that dog down.
That's not good for the dog.
No. And he's a runner.
Yeah.
He's a runner. So when he gets loose, he gets excited like him and he's gone. Boom.
Yeah. I've had plenty of runners and cause you to have a heart attack.
I know. I told you I had that Jack Russell Rosie, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you know how fast Jack Russell
Yeah,
was.
and they're the worst. They're
She
the
was
worst.
going around the building, around the house, running around in circles and everything. And it takes about 30 minutes for her to run it out. And I said, that's it. I gave it to that lady with them 6 kids. I said, this is perfect
She got
for
plenty of running.
her. Big fenced-in yard.
Oh, yeah.
40-foot pool in the backyard. She jumps in the water, jumps out of the water. That dog is still a maniac. I think she's about 10 years old now.
Yeah, but
you're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah, you are.
where I can see him slowing down, Jax have been my primary dog for a long time, and they really don't slow down till they stop.
No. Then my mom ended up with an English Toy Terrier.
Uh-huh.
They look like miniature Doberman Pinschers,
Okay.
right? His name was Timmy. He lived to be 17 years old.
Yeah.
Hated the mailman. Another dog that hated the mailman. Jumped like a Jack Russell. And but he was a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
He never needed a leash.
Yeah.
He'll sit right next to mommy. Mommy take him in the store,
Bravo, quit.
and he'll follow her right behind her heels. Wouldn't leave.
There's nobody in there, buddy.
Ain't nobody in there.
There's
Now look,
nobody in there.
It's starting to look like a house. Now we're gonna put a porch roof on it over the back.
Yeah, so he's going to use it for storage?
Believe me, this house, whoever lived in this house about 6 years ago, I think it was, something like that,
Uh-huh.
they destroyed it. The only thing they didn't destroy is the kitchen.
Was what?
There were kids' rooms upstairs. These are 2 rooms upstairs.
Yeah.
And they didn't destroy those rooms. Those rooms were kept clean. But the
Oh.
rest of the house, totally disaster. Like the whole downstairs is like, you can forget it.
Yeah.
But it was a nice house. I've seen the pictures of it 10 years ago. This was a nice house. But it's a storage building now.
Oh, well. At least it's being used.
Yep. He doesn't want to tear it down.
Yeah.
Let's pay taxes on it, I guess.
Come on now, Bravo. Bravo. Let's go. Have a good one. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Bravo. We're all done. Come on. Nope. Hey. Bravo. Let's go. There you go. Thank you. But anyway, so I started that cast on, and it is 350 stitches because you're starting at the over here bottom of the yoke, and then with a provisional it's going to work up. Bravo, now get over here. It's going to work up from the bottom of the yoke, doing the color work around the yoke, and then go back after the yoke is finished, take out the provisional, and then work down to the body hem and down the sleeves. So yeah, I've never worked this kind of construction. I'm curious to see how it comes together. But anyway, okay, so I have this 350 stitches that I divide up, place my markers for the beginning of the round in each one of the sleeves and all this kind of stuff. And whoa, I'm all thrilled with myself because I'm living dangerously with that big of a stitch count, and I'm like, I say knit 112 stitches, place a marker. And I normally would go back and count those stitches before I continued, and then count as I go for the sleeve stitches, and then go back and double check my count. Anyway, I was living dangerously and just knitting, counting in my head as I knit, placing a marker, counting as I knit, place a marker. And I was so thrilled whenever I got around to the last few stitches, and it was like, all right, I counted correctly and placed markers correctly the whole way around. And then, hubris, because I'm feeling all cocky, full of myself. If you want to get the attention of the gods, hubris. And so then I'm doing, right after you put it on your working yarn, okay, before the color work is started, do short rows. So the short rows are at the base, like under the shoulder blades, all right, giving a little bit wider fabric, which makes sense theoretically. I'm going to see how it works out. But anyway, so and then I count around, and it's like, and I glanced at directions because I'm in like I got this mode doing my short rows. Oh, there's 8 stitches in between each one of the wrap and turns, you know. And then I realized that I have been on my wrong side rows, been wrapping and turning before the wrong marker. So one of the short rows on one side ends in the front where it should, and the other short row ends in the sleeve on the other side. Bravo! Now stop. Come on. I know. I think we may hook a wagon to you or something. For when you're having a day like this, how do you carry a load of bricks or something to somebody? But anyway, I know, I agree. So, I got to rip out. And I really didn't want to redo all of my 3 rounds. So I'm, what would it be, 850 stitches? Whoa. Of my waste yarn plus the 350 stitches. Okay, sniff away. First round of the working yarn. So yeah, that took a minute, and I had just gotten back to working a couple of the short rows correctly. But yeah, hubris. I got this. Yeah, I got this mess. I got this bundle of yarn. I got to rip out a bunch of stitches. That's what I got. But, after, what are we talking, 45 years of knitting and often making exactly the same mistakes? Yeah. I would love to say that it's a learning experience for my knitting, but it's not. Perhaps it will be a learning experience for my character growth and not having so much hubris. Okay, let's go. Heel. Good. That's it. One perfect boy. Yeah, if the road were wider or we had a sidewalk, we would heel the whole time. But I think we're already enough of an obstacle on the road to not push our luck. But yeah, the Fruitful Hands knitting podcasts, they are just an adorable mother-daughter duo, I think is what they call themselves. Oh, I see a smudge cat. I see recycling that needs to go. Hey, Bravo, come on. We're going inside. You have a smile? Oh.